Hey YouTube family, welcome back to Phase Lock Life. Here on my channel we talk about locks, wellness, and lifestyle. And today I decided to come to you guys because I am hennaing my hair today. I think in one of my other videos I was talking about how the perimeter of my hair is gray and I use henna for that. But before we get started, welcome. If you are new to my channel, welcome here. And if you are one of my subscribers, thanks for returning. You already know how I feel about you guys. Mad love for you all. But anyways, I decided I might as well bring you all along with me today. Since I'm doing a henna treatment, I might as well have you guys see what I do. So basically, this is going to be a pretty simple treatment today because I'm going to do a two-step process, one of which is I am hennaing it first, and then I'm going to go behind it with the indigo, which is black. I usually keep my henna in this bag. So I purchased my henna from Mahandi.com. I believe it's Mahendi.com. There you can get some really good quality henna. I have been using henna now, maybe for about 6 years, probably a little over 6 years. And I love it. It helps to strengthen my hair, especially seeing as though my hair is on the thin side. So like I said, henna is a protein treatment, so it strengthens your hair. So I kind of feel like I do my own retightenings and things like that. And sometimes when you kind of mess with it a little bit too much, I like to make sure I go behind that and strengthen it up with my henna. And then, like I showed the moisturizer, the Sister Lock moisturizer that I use, sometimes I will use that as well when I do a henna treatment. So I already mixed the first part. Usually it's best I just put it in this glass bowl right here. When you do mix your henna, it's good to either do like a glass bowl or either like maybe like a wooden bowl or something like that. I actually stirred with a wooden spoon and or either maybe plastic, because they tell you it's something about like stainless steel or something that you shouldn't mix your henna with. And it's important to get your henna from a very reputable place, because some hennas have metallics in it. Like, because I know a lot of little, and not to, be dissing the Indian stores or whatever, but a lot of little Indian stores or certain other stores, whatever, just if the henna is usually like $2 a pack or something like that, it may contain metallic. I'm not for sure that it does, but it's best for you to read behind, read the label and make sure no metallic is there, because if you have processed relaxed hair or, something could go on, it kind of does something. It's a type of reaction that can happen with your hair if that henna has metallic in there. So it's good to know a good source to get your henna from. So moving on, what am I hennaing? I am not doing my whole head. As you can see here, I put a ponytail. I was gonna try to do the process of me washing the front of my hair online, but I mean on camera, but I would have had to been moving this around and it was just a little bit too much. So I ended up just washing it in the kitchen. Only the front, because I actually washed my entire head last week. And I usually only do it every 2 weeks. So I didn't really want to have to wash my whole head. I didn't even want to do this, to be honest. But since I'm doing the henna, I had to clean the surface. So all I'm doing is the front, guys. Just the front area. So I'm just going to henna this side, henna this side. I'm not even going to go all the way down the length of my hair, because that's not even really what I'm trying to do either. I'm just doing the roots, as like, how we would do our relaxers back in the day where you're just hitting the root areas. That is all I'm hitting. I'm just doing the perimeter and then I'm going in the middle because I have some scraggly grays in the middle. Also, if you do decide to purchase some henna, oh, that's one thing, guys. It's not terrible, but it does smell like hay and grass. It's very grassy, very hay. And if you keep this, for me, some people get headaches, some people don't. I happen to be one of the lucky ones that actually get a headache. It actually gives me a headache when I do this. So what I do is I either add something like cinnamon, or either you can add like an essential oil, anything you might like lemon balm or like that orange blossom or something like that. And that's perfectly fine to add like an essential oil or something like cinnamon. Today I just used cinnamon. I could have put an oil, but I was just being a little bit lazy. I'm just, I wasn't really feeling any of this. So I'm just like, let me just grab what's right on hand. So that's what I did. So like I said, I only did a small amount of henna. Ooh, I don't want to spell it. Yeah, I only did a small amount of henna because I'm only doing a touch up, guys. So make sure you have some gloves on hand, because if you don't, you will have orange hands. Because as we all know, when you do henna, at least the most hennas will leave you with an orange stain or either somewhat of a burgundy stain. But most times I have seen where it's orange, an orangey type of look. And especially if you have grays like I do, some, around the front here, you could probably see it better than me because I got so much light and it's really thin up here, as you guys already know. So we did enough of show and tell with the baldness. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip my hand. Usually I have a brush, because you guys, you can use like a relaxer brush, them kind of brushes to just, put it on and stuff like that. And usually I would use something like that, but I don't have a brush on hand. Ever since I got locks, I just don't know what happened to all of my combs, brushes, and all of those things I used to have so readily near me, but I do not have them like right at my disposal. And if they are around, I just didn't feel like going searching through. So we are not doing all that. So right now, guys, once you get to the, when you start getting up there in little age, and stuff like that, and them grays start coming in, generally, if my hair is like most people that are on this journey, they'll start coming in every 2 weeks to every 3 weeks. So, I've really been able to gauge my hair growth by my grays coming in. And usually by that second to third week, the grays start popping in. So I know I'm getting at least like a half an inch of hair each month, if not a little bit more. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but maybe it could be, like I said, that biotin collagen stuff I'm taking. And because it definitely seems like my hair is taking off. I am also in the middle of retightening my hair. I actually finished with the retightening of the front. So the front part is done, and I have been working on the back. What I used to do is I used to take 2 days to the side and decide, like, okay, usually I would wake a weekend like Saturday and Sunday and be like, all right, I'm just gonna bust it out on Saturday and Sunday. And then I would just like take whatever time it took to read until I was done with my entire head, which would take me most of the day on Saturday and most of the day on Sunday. So realistically, it would take me almost let's see, I would say a good 10 to 12 hours maybe to retighten my hair. And that's if I really got focused and started busting it out. You know what I mean? But now where I'm at with it, I just like, I don't have time to do all that, because it is really, really tiring when you do it that way. So what I do is I just do a little by little, and I'll do it just at miscellaneous times when I feel like I have time. So sometimes if I get up early in the morning, I might make me a little cup of coffee, a cup of coffee or whatever. Come in here, brush my teeth, wash my face, whatever. And if I have a half an hour to spare, I keep my tools right here in the bathroom next to me, like that. If I know I have to retighten, and I'll just start retightening, and just do whatever I do. And then I'll just be like, all right, now it's time for me to get my clothes on for work or whatever. And then I just move like that. So now I just do my retightenings however I have time. On the weekends, since I do have my weekends at home, I don't work on weekends, I'll just dedicate some time on the weekends as well. And I will, tend to get more done on the weekends because I am home. So that's how I do it. Usually when I do it that way, it takes me about almost a good week to retighten my whole head. But at this point, I don't even care. It doesn't bother me like that at all. Hold on, guys. Let me look in the mirror real quick because I just want to make sure I got everything. And like I said, this wasn't going to take long at all anyways, because all I was doing was just doing the front, and I'm only touching it up. I just want to hit the grave that's, popping up in front. That's it. Hold on one second. Let me just take a close look. I want to make sure I got everything. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, guys. I hope, other than that, I hope everybody is doing well. You know, it's it's um it's a lot. It's been kind of hard times for people out here. I'll tell you. But one thing I'm happy about, guys, and let me know if you any of you guys are like me. If you have those school loans, boy, I'll tell you what. Biden and Kamala, boy, they is my friends right now. Cause whoo-wee. Man, if you got that, y'all heard that good news. If you ended up getting a Pell Grant, you get what, $26,000 back. And if you didn't, you get 10. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, I did not think that look, shoot, to be honest with you, I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen with them school loans, to be honest. But I was hoping for the best. And I'll tell you one thing, they really, really came through with what they're doing. And who knows, guys, they did say that this was going to be the last postponement of the loans to December the 31st, 2022. But for them to even give us this money off, listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. This is a chance for everybody to get them goddamn loans gone, man, to be debt free from the school loans. Because I know, as for me, if I'm able to get rid of that school loan debt, boy, I will be free as a bird, because that's the biggest debt I have. Other than that, it's just mine and credit cards, and I'm definitely going to take care of that. So I am hoping to God that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm able to get. And I'm on the loan forgiveness plan too, guys. So if y'all don't know about that loan forgiveness, y'all better get hip, look it up, go on that school, the educational website, and find out about the forgiveness, loan forgiveness program. I'm on that actually, and they ended up hooking us up too with those extra payments. If you have paid payments that wasn't counted, that put me up to 102. So by the time I get my little deduction and whatever, my little 18 payments, I'm done in 2024, y'all. What? Shit. I manifested that. I prayed on that, y'all. It's like time to do a happy dance, boy, with those loans, school loans, you know what I'm saying? It's time to be like, hey, just do the yes. So, okay, now that I did my happy dance on that. So the next step, I got pretty much everything where I wanted. I have some extra, and usually what I do, if I have a lot extra, I'll usually freeze it, guys, like my leftover. But to be honest with you, this really ain't a whole bunch. And like I said, I am really all set. I am not really trying to save any of this. I'm really not trying to do that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just put the rest of this henna on my hair. I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of it on and let it do what it do. Because I'm definitely not wasting any of this henna. So I guess I'll just have the front where it's hennaed more of the front. It'll be a little bit more than a touch up. But that's okay. That's okay. It's no big deal. But I don't feel like messing with this mess. Talking about saving it. I don't got time for that. So I'm going to just go ahead and do this. I'm going to keep this on. When this is done, guys, I keep it on for 3 hours, up to 3 hours. Before, what I used to do before, I had got some sense in my head and got some information, because I was thinking that you used to have to, because some people would keep it on 6 hours and 12 hours and all that kind of stuff, you know, because they say the more longer you keep it on, the more the color deposits. But I realized that after 3 hours ended up being good enough, and even 3 hours is still too long for me. But at least I don't have to do it overnight. I used to sleep in this stuff, if y'all can believe it. Can y'all believe that? I used to sleep in this stuff in the beginning. Girl, I tell you, you live and you learn. But anyways, so I got this on now. We good to go. Make sure you smooth them edges, y'all. Get all wherever those grays are at. And one thing I learned too, if your skin is a little bit darker, it's not going to stain orange, because I used to be worried about that at first, but it actually doesn't. I did this plenty of times and it never stained my skin. So you're just going to rinse it and wash it, and it'll actually come out. So I'm going to take these gloves off. All right. I'm going to take these gloves off, and now I use the plastic wrap to cover my head. This is the time, this is a great time to do a henna. It's definitely when you have time, of course. Since it's Friday, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I don't live a hot girl life no more. So I don't have nowhere to go, y'all. So I have time to sit around and watch a movie. You know, too bad I drank my Prosecco last night and I was too lazy to go and buy me another one today, because after work I just wanted to handle some other little business I had to, and then just come home. I am going to probably rent me a little movie. This is a great time to rent a movie, so it's good to do this like on like a Sunday or something, if you're like home. You know, I was gonna say Saturdays, but I know it's a lot of y'all hot girls still out there, so I know y'all were like, girl, I don't be home on Saturdays. What you talking about? Just because you ain't got no life no more. Anyway, but yeah, so I wrap my little head in the saran wrap. That's gonna keep that heat in. That's gonna help to deposit that color and get those grays colored. And that's another reason why I'm referring you guys to mahandi.com, because the henna and stuff that they use, if you want to go the natural route, because everything I am doing is more on the natural tip, it colors those grays pretty darn good. Really, really good. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is put a bag over it. I have a big plastic bag, so I'll just put my ponytail up in there along with this. I left it in the room, but I don't need to run out there because I got this, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do that. When I finish with this 3 hours later, then I'm going to take the indigo. I'm going to mix that in a bowl with some distilled water. Also, let me tell you what the henna. So with the henna, rewind back. With the henna, I usually use a measuring cup, guys. This is something that I learned in cooking school, and this is something that just carried me through life. And I guess my cooking teacher, she beat it in our head that no matter, even if we have directions or whatever, always use your measuring cups, always da-da-da-da. So to this day, I will still pull out my measuring cups, all this all kind of stuff that just was embedded. So, anyways, I use my measuring cup and it's equal parts distilled water, and I use apple cider vinegar. They tell you the most potent thing to use is lemon juice. I used to use that in the beginning, but that right there, whoo boy, if you want your hair dried out and feeling parched and stiff, use that lemon juice. But if you don't want that, do not. Then the next thing they said orange juice. I tried the orange juice because orange juice is acidic as well. That works as well. I tried that, but I found like I really didn't kind of like that too much. Then I found out I could use green tea. You actually, if you have the time, if I actually had just taken the time and steeped my tea last night, it could have been ready and then I could have mixed it. So if you want to use green tea, which is a very nice option, I like green tea because it's very nice and mild and it kind of gives it a little bit of a scent as well, kind of combats that little hay scent that the henna got going on. I usually like that because it's nice. It really allows it to be really nice and smooth when you're mixing it. You want to mix it to like kind of like a say if you're mixing a yogurt, like and you like kind of that yogurt consistency. You want your henna to be like that. Um, but what I did with this one, I used half parts water and half parts apple cider vinegar. So I used about maybe 4 ounces and 2 ounces of water, 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar. But go ahead and mix that uh, equal parts with your powder based on in your water and vinegar, apple cider vinegar, based on which you're going to need on your head. So they have little directions or whatever, and you can kind of tell how much you will need. You'll start learning that if you're using henna. So that's what I use to mix the henna. Is very very easy. That's literally all you do. All you need is your plastic wrap, some gloves, either a glass bowl or a wooden bowl, your wooden spoon for mixing. Let that sit overnight for 12 hours. I usually do that. I actually had this sitting for about maybe 2 days because I had planned on using it yesterday. I didn't because I got busy, but I used it today. It should still work. It usually lasts you have up to 2 days to apply it once mixed. So after my 3 hours, I'm going to set my timer for that. I'm going to rinse this out. And then you rinse it really, really well, guys, because henna really gets in there and sits. So you're going to have to really run it, kind of go through your head gently, but let it really, really, really get out of there. And then I'm going to mix the indigo. You're going to put that in the bowl. Put a little bit of sea salt in it. Like if you have any Himalayan sea salt or whatever kind of salt, I like the Himalayan sea salt because it's just better in my opinion. Just add a little bit of that for whatever reason it enhances that the indigo, and then to smooth it out because the indigo, the second process, is a little grainy. It tends to be a little bit grainy and kind of clumpy. So to combat that, I usually purchase their CME powder. This is something that you will also buy. It also comes in a kit. Like if you get the kit, you'll get the Rastafani henna, you'll get the indigo pack, and then you'll get this. You'll get a pair of gloves, and then you'll either get one of them hose things that you put the henna down in, and then you'll push it out. It's like it all comes in a pack, or you can get individually. So this helps to smooth out the indigo so that you'll have like that nice smoothness like how you would get when you mix the henna, okay? This stays on, actually the indigo only takes an hour, whereas henna takes a little bit longer to stain. The indigo only takes about an hour. I generally like just keep it on an hour and a half. It usually works. You'll actually notice the change anyways because when you put the indigo, after about a 45 minutes, an hour, you'll see how dark it starts to get. So you'll see the oxidation going on and stuff like that. Once that happens, once that's completed, you're gonna rinse that out. And then I tend maybe to use a little bit of shampoo to kind of just make sure I get everything out of there. And then I go behind that with my handy dandy Sister Locks. Sister Locks. I decided to wear my Sister Locks t-shirt. Okay. So once it's all completed, and my hair is all colored, if everything works out well, it should be dark black, and all of the grays will be gone. I will come back with a follow-up video to show you how it turned out. Hopefully, well, usually it does turn out well. The only reason why I'm saying hopefully is because I allowed the henna to set for 2 days. Usually I don't do that. So we'll see what happens. But for the most part, I think it's going to work. But anyways, if you stayed to the end, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you got some value and some information from this. Tell a friend, tell someone, share the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to have you here at Faye's Lock Live. Come join the Lock family. And as always, Sharon is Karen, guys, right? Love and light. Peace to you all. Blessings.